Good Saturday morning, everybody. I am meteorologist Johnny Lively here to do our weekend forecast, which is sponsored by HB Neal Construction. It's been pretty active this morning here on radar. You can see this started along the coast, pushed towards the interstate corridor. Now it's getting into the lakes region, just about to get into Jasper. Just this morning, we've seen some pockets up to 1 to 2 inches of rain from these tropical downpours, and it's had a good number of lightning strikes as well too. This is due to our sponsor here, Dana Simmons Real Estate Group, that is allowing us to have this radar image here. The last 6 hours on satellite and radar, sponsored by Do Good, you can see wasn't too active overnight, but this morning around 3-4 o'clock this morning, we started seeing that moisture off the Gulf starting pushing further inland, giving us a good number of showers and thunderstorms across the region as it continues to move northward, really more north to the northeast. We're seeing this really go, and we're going to see this throughout the day today. More moisture coming off the Gulf, giving us more rounds of showers and storms. Last 2 days, really yesterday evening and this morning, we've seen pockets of 1 to 2 inches of rain. Good number of area, just enough to give the pavement wet, maybe to 1/4 of an inch. But these isolated areas, you can see some orange and red areas from Sour Lake to parts of Beaumont. 105 region, Pinewood, Bevel Oaks, they got up to 5 inches of rain, 4 to 5 inches of rain. So pretty incredible. But it's crazy how that sharp gradient is just south of Beaumont, getting into Hampshire Finette. They haven't really had much of anything. And then you have some areas getting up to 4 to 5 inches of rain. Just incredible, that sharp gradient. Current temperatures up in the lakes is very warm for this time of year. Typically, they would be into the low 70s, but you can see that warm, moist air is getting to them. 77 degrees in Jasper, 75 in Beaumont, 77 in Lake Charles and in Houston. Down towards the coast, we're into the low 80s already. Day planner today, we're going to see these scattered showers and storms really throughout the day. So it's not a 100% complete washout. But if you have any outdoor events today, just know that you're going to be ducking and dodging these storms. But luckily, they are moving fairly quickly. So yeah, you will get some pretty heavy downpours, but at least they're moving. It's not somewhat kind of stalling over a region. We're seeing them lift northward, and we could get rounds this off and on showers and storms. And this is the reason why. We have high levels of moisture. We've kind of talked about this for a long time now. We've got high levels of moisture today, and even on Sunday as well too. But once we get into Sunday evening, we start seeing this dry air start coming in. And here we are on Monday. The yellow is showing dry air into our region, and on Tuesday as well too. But we zoom out, look off to the northeast. That is more high levels of moisture pushing into our region really Wednesday afternoon, especially on Thursday, and as we get into Friday later on this week. So we'll dry out Monday and Tuesday, and then we get active once again. But let's talk about this weekend. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about tomorrow. Right now, we already know it's active this morning, but what about this afternoon? We're going to see another round of these showers and thunderstorms, these heavy downpours push across the region with 50 to 60% coverage. As we get into the overnight hours, it will kind of die down. But tomorrow morning wants to slowly pick up here Sunday at 6:30. We can see a couple isolated scattered showers really into the Cameron Parish region down there towards Galveston. But as we get into the afternoon, get pretty active once again, 40 to 50% coverage here in southeast Texas, and probably 40% coverage over there in southwest Louisiana. So we should have another round as we get into Sunday late morning into the afternoon hours on Sunday. Temperatures today, thanks to the cloud cover and the rain, this is really good for the month of July. Low 90s, some areas into the upper 80s. Beaumont at 88, Lake Charles at 90 degrees. You slide over there at Houston, they'll be at 87. Heat index not going to be a problem today. And the low temperatures tonight, the lakes region will get down to the low 70s, 73 degrees. Along the I-10 corridor, mid to upper 70s seems pretty common, and down towards the coast, mid 80s, upper 80s in some spots. But realistically, from High Island, Sabine Pass into Cameron Parish, low 80s seems pretty likely at 83 degrees. Watching the tropics, not much right now. We've got a lot of dry air going on. We're seeing that wind shear being a problem as well too. But all of this dust and dry air is kind of keeping the tropics limited. We'll continue to watch this. We're getting to that time of year where these tropical waves continue to move westward, but nothing as of right now becoming a problem because look at this. This is a lot of dry, stable air, which tropics doesn't like. And so this is really all across the whole tropical region, into the Caribbean and also into the Gulf as well. And this is going to continue moving westward. Now, as we start getting into August, especially mid-August, a lot of this thins out. We're into the peak Saharan dust season right now, so it makes sense that we're seeing so much of it. Now, next couple of days, it's going to be active here in southeast Texas, 60% coverage on Saturday, 40% coverage on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, we dry out, but temperatures do get hotter on Tuesday with 97 degrees. But that moisture comes back into our region Wednesday through Friday, so rain returns once again. And here in Southwest Louisiana, same story. It's active today and tomorrow, dry out Monday and Tuesday, but just like all summer long, we dry out for a couple of days and then we look down the road and rain is back in the forecast. And here we are again on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're seeing those rain chances and coverage start increasing once we get into the middle to the end of this week. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Do Good Credit Union. Thank you so much for being a sponsor. And also our newest sponsor is Dana Simmons Real Estate Team. But we also have to give a shout out to HB Neal Construction. Without these three sponsors, we could not run the show. We couldn't have these fancy weather graphics. So thank you all, Do Good, Dana, and HB Neal. Thank you guys so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank y'all for watching. Stay dry and have a good one.